Welcome to a Victim Bites Back special, again back in the south of France, where I'm enjoying myself in my little hotel, spending a lot of time swimming, even more time eating and drinking, generally relaxing and enjoying myself and getting a decent tan. I have to say, I'm looking absolutely gorgeous.
I was very sad to hear last week about the death of Ozzy Osbourne, aged 76. Ozzy and Sharon were the loveliest people I ever knew, certainly in show business. Down to earth, absolutely what you knew you would get, you found. No two sides to them, genuinely decent people. I worked with them when I was a consultant to CBS, as it then was, Sony, and got an album from them, had many meals and meetings and everything else. They were never anything other than an absolute delight. And when my world turned upside down in the year 2000 and I was arrested and went to trial in 2001 and was incidentally wrongly convicted of crimes that never took place, Ozzy and Sharon sent me the most enormous bunch of flowers every day of the trial to my home. How they got my address, I don't know, although they did visit me there. How super both of them were and are.
This show, I'm going to be looking at places where I like to eat. This is the restaurant in my little hotel, which overlooks the swimming pool that I swim in for several hours every day. It keeps me young and lovely and generally relax myself, enjoying a few weeks, sometimes even months, in the sunshine and breathing the wonderful air from all the trees around. They do some very good food here in the restaurant. Eggs mimosa, pâté de foie gras. I drink my Planters punch and read my book, which at the moment is one of the series of Robert Harris trilogies on Cicero. All three books are absolutely fantastic. I've not really read much of Robert Harris, but the rocks here that have existed for 2,000 years were around when Cicero was around and the Roman Empire existed. Still, these rocks were here, and as I said, the air that comes through to the hotel is filtered through the leaves of all the trees and plants that have also spent decades, centuries here, long before you or I were born. I told you about the problems with my car in the last episode. Look at the tyre that they took off. Absolutely shredded. The rubber had really wound itself all the way around the internal of the wheel. Anyway, they managed to change it, so I now have a car. The brakes are working okay, and I've got a brand new spare wheel, which cost £200 here in France, as it does in England. In Morocco, the exact same tyre is £75. I want to show you some of my favourite places here in the south of France. This is the Bellreau, fantastic hotel and wonderful restaurant in the building that F. Scott Fitzgerald actually wrote the Great Gatsby book. It's now been converted into a hotel, and they have literary occasions as well, which go down very well. While I'm looking at the hotel, let me mention a couple of things. Well done, Macron, for recognising that Palestine must exist as a state. Oh, the food I had here, tuna with avocado, which was fantastic, a lovely rum drink, and turbot, fresh turbot, delicious, with mashed potato with truffles, which I eat by the sea as the small children throw pieces of bread into the sea for the fish to catch before they themselves are caught and served up. I was talking about Macron, and yes, He's absolutely right. We must all not only recognise Palestine and the right for Palestinians to exist in their own country, just as the Jews have a right to have Israel, a country which they must be able to exist in without terror, without attacks from other people. Their stupid excuse about Hamas. What a handsome young man. Both of those straws go up each nostril when I'm drinking my drink. Yes, Israel's excuse about Hamas is as absurd as the IRA problem in Northern Ireland. Yes, Hamas are cunts, as the IRA were cunts, but the essential thing is we've got to have peace. Life has got to get back to normal, for heaven's sake. Humanity really needs to grow up and grow a backbone. Another of my favourite places is the Colton in Cannes. They do the most fantastic raw salmon gravadlax with cream, which is delicious. The Colton in Cannes has been my office in the south of France for about 60 years now. I sit here with my ordinateur, or laptop as we call them in England, and I write away and do all my stuff on novels or scripts, or at the moment my third volume of autobiography, 80. And I look out at the palm trees and I see all the other people around as I go about my business as part of a holiday, but essentially it's working all through the summer when I'm not swimming or eating. And talking about eating, more salmon. In my room in the hotel, I've bought it from Brun, which do the best smoked salmon in the world. It's so thinly sliced you can almost see through it, with crevette gris, tiny shrimps which I dunk in a sauce. They are sensational. Anyway, that's it again for another Victim Bites Back special. See you next time around.